What is up, everybody? 10 here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. And today we're going to be talking about the financials of the Logan Paul versus KSI boxing match. So I know that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but a lot of people wonder how much they actually made from it. So we're going to be going on my computer and I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of the financials, at least from what I can see of how much they actually made. And of course, all the things I'm going to be talking about are just estimates. I can't guarantee any numbers because they don't put them out there, but it is what it is. And if you don't know who Logan Paul and KSI are already, Logan Paul is a YouTuber who started out on Vine, who has about 18.5 million subscribers, and KSI has about 19.5 million subscribers. So two giant influencers who had this beef, whether it was for views on the internet or they actually had something going on. So they came together to have this fight and settle the beef to see who's the best YouTuber, who's the best person overall, whatever it is. But I really just think it's publicity stunt as a business person to see who can make more money and become more famous. So it is what it is. But we're gonna be hopping onto my computer and I'm gonna be going through and showing you guys some of the research I've done to see how much money they've actually made. And then in the end, we're gonna be going over the grand total of how much money it is all put together within that one day. So let's go ahead and hop on my computer. But before we get started, I want you to leave a like on this video if you're excited to see the total, and leave a comment below. I wanna know if you voted for KSI or Logan. I wanna know which one you prefer. You know, I'm not here to say which one's better, which one's not, but I just wanna hear you guys' opinions. So let me know in the comments below. But now let's head to my computer. So we're here on my computer now, and I have all these tabs open of some research I've done about the fight and about Logan Paul and KSI, because I don't watch them on YouTube every day. I don't watch any of their videos really, so I don't know exactly what they do and how they have come together to build this fight and sort of how it all came together and happened. So if you haven't watched the fight already, if you don't know what happened, basically they came together and fought in the Manchester arena with thousands of people in the arena and millions watching, and then it ended up with a draw. So of course it was like a normal boxing championship match where they had preliminary fights of people that weren't as big, but of course all other YouTubers, including Jake Paul and Deji, Comedy Shorts Gamer. It was basically the two famous American YouTubers and the two famous UK brothers on YouTube. So they came together to fight. Jake Paul beat Comedy Shorts Gamer, but then the KSI versus Logan Paul fight ended up in a draw, which was sort of, you know, weird. A lot of people thought it was fake, it was scripted, whatever, just to make more money into a rematch. And both of them claimed it wasn't fake, and, you know, that's just how it happened. But after looking at this tweet I found right here from March 18th, 2018 at 7:11 a.m., this was written right here. YouTubers KSI and Logan Paul have now signed to fight each other on August 25th at the Manchester arena. They've put together a 2-fight deal and everything rematch in the United States. So if you don't know, at the end of the boxing match, after it all happened and it was a draw, Logan was like, all right, we're doing a rematch in the United States. And looking at this, it shows, I don't know if this is real, if this is fake or what, but it was posted in March 18th. And it says it's a 2-fight event deal. The UK event will be run by KSI and his team, and he will get the profits from the ticket sales. And then when they have the United States fight, it'll be Logan getting the profits from the ticket sales, etc. It shows basically right here that they signed KSI on top, Logan Paul on the bottom. Of course, I have no idea if this is legitimate or not, but assuming this is basically everything that happened, then yeah, even from Logan's tweet, he tweeted about, you know, KSI getting all the profits. So this sort of foreshadowed everything that happened. I believe it was somewhat scripted, that they did want to have a rematch, whether Logan Paul won or didn't, you know, really just to make more money, get more publicity, and keep the beef going on longer and longer. But as far as the ticket sales go, you know, they were in the Manchester arena, which can hold 21,000 people. It's a very popular, famous arena that, you know, concerts happen in. But they had their boxing match here, which is crazy. And as you can see, they range from about 80 pounds to 150 pounds per ticket. So let's say the average 100 pounds, that's what, you know, most people bought. That's $130 USD. So if we multiply that by, let's just say 15,000 people to keep it, you know, conservative, then that is almost $2 million in ticket sales. Of course, there's costs such as the arena, you know, security, other staff at the event, etc., recording, everything like that. So there's tons of costs involved, and I couldn't get the numbers for that, just because there's so many costs involved and I can't really estimate those specific prices. So that's why everything I'm putting together is just solely, you know, gross revenue that I believe they made throughout this fight. So $2 million right off the bat just by ticket sales. I'm sure it was more, but of course you have to consider all the costs that go into. I'm sure it's not cheap to rent out the Manchester arena and have employees running all of that together. But if we go to the actual stream, this is where it is. The video, as you can see, it costs $10 to watch it on the stream. So when it was live, you had to pay $10 to watch it, and I think you still have to pay if you want to watch the replay. This is a replay right here, as you can see. It's because I switched out of my YouTube channel. That's why it's not letting me watch it. In my other YouTube channel, I had paid for it, so it will show me. But anyways, they fought here, and during the fight, there was about 800,000 people watching live. So 800,000 times 10 It's a lot of money, but that wasn't the only place it was being watched and where you could pay for it. There was actually a whole separate website with Logan Paul and KSI for the fight to be streamed on, aside from YouTube. So let's account like another 700,000 people that have bought on the website instead of YouTube. Maybe they don't have a YouTube account, they don't have their credit card on there, whatever, so they bought on the website. So if we do 1.5 million people watching the stream live that paid $10 each, that is $15 million just watching the live stream alone. So that's probably the biggest amount of money out of everything that I'm going to be talking about here, just because of how much that, you know, direct cash flow is coming from, just from people wanting to watch the fight. You know, that's way more people than, you know, most any other big sporting event, other boxing matches, etc. You know, this is the biggest internet event ever to happen, which I honestly really respect a lot, to see how these influencers came together to build this crazy event, whether it was fake or not, whatever. They made a ton of money, didn't make any money. It was just awesome to see how many people they could get to watch a live stream at once. You know, if I do a YouTube live stream, I have like 200 people max on there. So seeing that 1.5 million people, that's a lot of people. Of course, relative to how many people are in the world, it's not a ton, but 1.5 million people watching a live stream is crazy, especially when you have to pay for it. So that's 1.5 million people watching, $15 million USD. But now let's go to something else, which is how many views and subscribers they gained in one day. So right here, this is Logan Paul's channel. As you can see, 18.5 million subscribers. If we go to the day of the fight, the 25th, 11 million views, almost 12 million views within one day, and 65,000 subscribers gained. That is crazy numbers. That's basically how many subscribers I have total on my channel all in one day. And as you can see, you know, within the few days of the fight, there's a lot of traffic being pushed to his channel, both views and subscribers wise, which made him a lot of money. And we'll be talking about the details a little bit later on when I go through the checklist to show you guys all the details. And we go to KSI's channel, you know, 19.7 million subscribers almost. And on the 25th, 65,000 subscribers, a little bit more than Logan, but about half as much views as Logan got on the day of the fight, so 5.3 million. You know, on average day, KSI, it looks like he gets, you know, 1-2 million views a day, and I believe it's somewhat the same with Logan Paul. A little bit more now after the fight. He's getting like 3-4 million a day average, which is a crazy number. But, you know, we continue to go on. We'll add up all the money from those views there, but now we're gonna get to one of the biggest other income streams that they got from this fight, which is merch, okay? So this is Logan Paul's merch site, Maverick. That's his brand where they sell clothes, women, men, whatever, you know, 30, 50 bucks a piece. I would say on an average month, my guess, based on his audience and how many people, you know, paid for the stream, and then how many views he's getting every day and subscribers, I would say based on this, he's making, you know, a million, few million a month based off of just selling merch. And as you can see, a lot of these are sold out. And I'm sure he doesn't just have 50 units and then they sell out. I'm sure he has a lot, thousands of units. So when we're going through the checklist, I'm gonna give my estimate on what I think they made on the day of the fight, you know, being able to promote his brand and have so many people watching live, just because you can make a lot more sales on a live stream compared to a pre-recorded video. And we go to, this is KSI's clothing brand, as you can see, Sidemen Clothing. It's pretty awesome to see how these big influencers, they sort of came together and didn't just try and, you know, have KSI merch. They actually built a long, sustainable brand. You know, water bottles, these chairs, shirts, whatever. You know, it's all branded by KSI and promoted by him. They do have KSI merchandise, but it's not just that. It's something that people can like and have, whether they like KSI or not. So it's really just a popular brand that has been built, you know, based on merchandise and everything like that. So I think that's awesome to see how these influencers did that. They utilized their audience in the right way instead of just building a custom merch store that just has their name plastered all over it. And then the third merch store I want to talk about is one that was announced during the fight. So after Jake Paul won his fight against Comedy Shorts Gamer, you know, they're doing a little interview and he announced this brand new merch store. You know, usually it's just Jake Paul on fanjoy.co, and now it's this RNBO, Rise and Be Original. So basic website, they had 3 items here and they all sold out. So I'm gonna show on the list in a second on how much I think they sold total out of that, how many units they had, and how much sales they got based in one day, because it basically sold out all in one day, which is crazy to see. You know, of course, they may have very low stock units, but we don't know that. And the merch store on Instagram, 640,000 followers, again, crazy amount. That's what Jake Paul wore when he came into the ring for the boxing match in the Manchester Arena. And now let's go ahead and go to the list where I'm gonna be adding everything up. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So right here we have total gross revenue on August 25th. Of course, guys, all these are estimates. I can't guarantee any of this because they don't release financials, but it is what it is. This is my personal opinion based on my business insights and research. $2 million just straight up from arena ticket sales. It was probably a little bit more, but it's a $130 average ticket price times 15,000 people. You know, maybe there was 21,000 people. It was all the way full. I have no idea. Couldn't really find any information on that. So that's $2 million there. Live stream sales, $15 million. This is sort of iffy. I'm not sure. It may be a little bit less, it may be a little bit more. Of course, like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but it's still some crazy numbers right there. Combined on the day of the fight, the views, they got 11 million plus 6 million views in one day. It's 17 million views. And when you give an average CPM, a CPM is basically how much you get paid by YouTube per 1,000 views you get that are monetized. You know, it differs for everybody. You know, one video I have may have a $5 CPM, one video may have a $50 CPM. There's really no chance of guaranteeing a certain CPM. No idea what their CPMs are. Maybe less, it may be more. But if we combine those 17 million views, that is $119,000 in one day combined on those views. So that's just within that one day when they were fighting. I'm not sure if they uploaded any videos on those days or not. But the second one I want to look at is more videos. So they did a lot of videos, you know, building up to the fight, like talking trash to each other, little events in America and stuff to sort of hype up the fight, get people to watch it and go talk to their friends about it, etc. So they actually made these diss tracks right here, as you can see. You know, Logan Paul diss track, KSI diss track. 17 million views from Logan, 22 million from KSI. That was 3 weeks ago, so that was when the fight was. So I'm not sure if these were uploaded on the day of the fight or before, whatever. But a lot of views. So if we combine those views, that is 39 million views at a $7 CPM. That is $273,000, of course, estimates. And I would say conservatively, you know, looking at Logan's merch and KSI's merch, I would estimate about $200,000 within that day of the fight, just in merch sales for each of those stores. I would say it's probably a little bit more, maybe a majority, a lot more, just based on how big their audience is and how many people were watching that live stream and wanted to, you know, rep the KSI merch because he won, or rep the Logan merch because he won, whatever happened. But the last one I want to talk about right here, $425,000 on Jake Paul's new merch store. So he launched that merch store literally right after he won his fight. And I know the stuff sold out within like a day of announcing it on that stream. And you know, let's say he had 5,000 units of each of these products. 5,000 is a lot of units. Maybe he had less. But if we add all these numbers together and just gross revenue, $25, 40, and 20, all times by 5,000, then we're ended up and left with $425,000 just from his new merch store. So that is a ton of money right there, almost $500,000 within one day of announcing a new merch store. That just goes to show you the power of personal branding and having an audience that actually likes watching your videos and likes following everything you do. And someone that supports you. So now let's add up all these totals. A few things that are probably being left out here are probably sponsorships. Sponsorships are probably a big thing right now within the fight, on, you know, how much they were paid to put their logo in the ring, or for Logan or Jake, whoever, to wear their logo on their jersey, whatever it was. There's a lot of things I probably couldn't put in here just because I can't get those numbers. Even with any research, you won't really be able to find any of those numbers. You know, maybe some bets going on. There's a lot of stuff involved that I can't really account for. And of course, I can't take out the cost because I have no idea how much this stuff costs to run. You know, to run the live stream, all the videographers, the referees, you know, the actual arena, all the stuff that is put together. I have no idea how much it costs. I'm basically just basing all of these off of my personal opinions on how much I think they made from each of these. Of course, none of them are factual, just all estimates. But let's go ahead and give to this total gross revenue number that I came up with, adding all of these that I talked about here, which is $18,217,000. I would say it's conservative. Again, I'm sure they made well over $20 million combined in gross revenue throughout all the YouTubers, because there was multiple YouTubers that were fighting there and just gaining more and more attention for their brands. Whether they won or they lost, they're getting publicity. So I'm sure it was well over $20 million. It's just crazy to think about. Of course, as you can see here, the live stream sales, that's where most of it goes. And I'm not sure who gets what percentage of money, etc. It's really just all me playing it by ear and then some research. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, me putting all these numbers together, doing some research for you guys and giving more information on the actual fight and what happened. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like right now and subscribe if you haven't already. And comment below, Logan Paul or KSI. I want to know. And do you think they made less or more than $20 million? So let me know in the comments below. And once again, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.